I'm Criss Sexx from the band Nympho, and as I have just done a thank you video, this is what I call the fuck you video. I thought that it was really appropriate to have this video made to let everyone know how the record industry works today. You know, like Nympho has finished the record finally, but we finished all the audio stuff from it in February this year. And of course, I was shopping for labels, and then I contacted each and every record company on the globe, and some of them did reply my emails, and it was unbelievable seeing that nowadays they are only worried about numbers, and if you don't already have the money, you just won't make it. That's what each and every one of them told me. There's this big company from Germany, this big record label from Germany who releases more metal stuff. And they listened to the album and they said, Criss, your album is great, but we're not releasing it because Nympho is a small band and you guys are from Brazil. So I would really like to know what difference it makes if the band is big or if the band is small or if the band is from Brazil or America. I mean, I think everything comes down to music when a company is about to sign a band, you know. So there they have these big bands that sell records, and but they're not really big bands, you know. I call Kiss a big band, I call Molly Crew a big band, I call Bon Jovi a big band, Guns N' Roses. But I don't call big bands those ones that play, small clubs in Europe. I don't call big bands, those ones who play Germany only, So you guys know who you are, I won't mention who you are, but fuck you, we are releasing the album with or without you. That was the first company that replied, and there are these two very, very small labels from America. The first one was really interested in releasing our music, but they came to me and asked how much I had to invest. I said, hey, we invested like $5,000-6,000 on the audio of Alone in the Dark alone. Like, what do you mean? Like, how much you guys have to invest? And the guy just came to me and said, hey, we're not supporting the band, we're just releasing music. And I just think that was so, surreal. And of course, there was no way of doing business with this guy. And more incredible than that was the second small label from America that kept on saying that our material was good, but they were not really sure if they wanted to release Nympho because they were, this specialized label that would re-release, stuff from bands that were big in the 80s, and then you just go to their website and see their artist roster, you say fuck, there isn't any big fucking artist here, okay, 2 or 3 of them made some noise, and I'm serious, some noise during the 80s or early 90s, but just because they had one video on MTV, it doesn't make them big, and eventually the same guy came to me and said, okay, we can release the Nympho album. How much do you have to invest? He said, oh, here it comes the shit again. And okay, and I asked him, how much are you talking about? And the guy asked me, well, it depends on how much you have to invest. It depends on what you want to make your career turn into. And I was really pissed at the guy, and I said, hey, like, that's a very, awkward question to ask an artist. Like, if I could, I would be the next John Bon Jovi. My band would be the next Molly Crew. But, I would need millions and millions to, build the image these big artists have now. And of course, like we spent like $5,000 or $6,000, making the record, just the audio part. And this guy comes to me and says that he can't release the music because we haven't invested anything. Like he deserves a big, fuck you middle finger because we are really investing. Like we do what we can, and we are one of the most, hard-working bands, at least here. I don't know how it works in America, but, I can't tell you here in Brazil of a band that works as hard as Nympho to get things done the right way. And, like, if it was like a huge label from America, I would really understand, but, these guys haven't, I mean, like, I would really like to see how much these guys make a month selling these records from bands that they say that were big in America that nobody has ever heard of. I mean, like, I'm a music collector. I've been collecting, stuff for, the last 30 years, maybe, and if I don't know of a band, it's because they are not known, they have never been known, so, who, I mean, who you are, just go fuck yourself, man, like, Nympho did it by itself. I mean, like, we're releasing the album, and the third thing is, we got this contract from this other huge label from Europe, but it was just like ridiculous. Like we would lose the right to the master tapes, and like we would, start being paid after 1,000 CDs. So like Nympho is a new band. Like we don't know if we're gonna sell like 500 CDs, and like signing a contract, a 7-year contract, and then having the commitment, of, delivering a new record within 14 months after signing the contract and not getting paid. I mean, that was like out of question. People laugh when I say that, like people in business, they come to me and say, hey Chris, like, you made the right decision when you didn't sign the fucking contract. The guy was trying to rip you off. Of course, like all the money you guys would make, it would be his money. So he wouldn't share it with us. We would have no guarantees that there would be any kind of promotion, regarding the band. And I'm glad we didn't sign with this company. And but the guy was okay. I just can't say that. I can't say anything bad about him. It was just real to me. He offered us a contract and we declined it. And anyway, like that's the way the music industry is right now. I still wonder how some labels can, release like new material from bands that I like, bands that I have in my collection. Like I have these CDs in my collection, but these record labels, they prefer to release, material from a band that was kind of big in the mid 80s and early 90s, and but quality is not important. You get this band and they record like a lame fucking demo that sounds like fucking shit, and they release it as a new album. So I don't think that there is, a big audience for that anymore, especially if the material is not good. It sounds like crap. I worked my ass off, to make Alone in the Dark sound, as good as it could with the budget we had at the time. And I think all of this is very, very disrespectful. So to all of these labels that release, these bands, I like them. I own the CDs, and I can tell you these CDs suck. So a big, big, big fuck you to you all. You didn't reply my emails. You didn't give a shit. And let's see how many copies, apart from the one I bought, you guys are gonna sell, from each of your releases. So that's, the Criss Sexx fuck you video, to all the record labels out there. So fuck you, Criss Sexx, from the